Yeah. So I wanted to show another video, and in this one's kind of this one's a little ironic. So everyone's talking about what's his name, Dr. Fauci, I think his name is. He's the head of the National Disease Center, National Health Center, something like that. They'll say his title here too. But this is a PBS episode that aired, I don't know, maybe 9 months ago, something like that. And I think you'll see a familiar face. And it's very, very ironic what they're talking about in this episode. So go ahead and cue that one up. That's the why another
Tonight,
flu.
we began a special series about the threat from influenza. Every year, the seasonal flu emerges and kills tens of thousands of Americans and hundreds of thousands globally. But there's an even graver concern. Public health officials fear the emergence of a new, previously unknown flu virus that could be far more lethal and become a pandemic by spreading across the world. As William Brangham reports, it's happened before.
The heart and
the heart and my heartbeat, yeah, because of course I didn't have a beating heart for a little bit.
6 years ago, Autumn Redinger started feeling sick, but she was a 33-year-old mom, really healthy, and so she didn't think much of it.
It was 2 days after Christmas, and I just kind of felt a little junky, a little cough here and there, but nothing horrible. I had texted my fiance, and it was
Diagnosed her with the flu.
my lungs started to feel on fire.
Meaning when you would breathe in, it would burn?
Breathe in, breathe out, it burned.
The flu was attacking her lungs and filling them with fluid. She was then medevaced to University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, where she was eventually put under the care of Dr. Holt Murray.
The lungs become very boggy, they fill with water, and you're not able to move oxygen from the outside world into your bloodstream.
You can't breathe.
You
really.
can't breathe, yeah.
It kept getting worse. Her lungs were failing. She was put on a ventilator, but even that couldn't get enough oxygen into her.
It was a nurse who slipped up and made a comment about me dying. And I was just like, what? Oh yeah, you died like twice.
Seasonal flu that we've had in memory, about 80,000 deaths and almost 1 million hospitalizations. You do that every year for 20, 30, 40 years.
That's a huge toll.
At the end of that time, that's a huge toll in illness and in deaths.
Fauci is the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases at the National Institutes of Health. He says while many take the so-called seasonal flu for granted, it still kills tens of thousands in the U.S. every year.
So this is the influenza virus. This is the inner core of the influenza virus.
But the seasonal flu isn't really what Fauci loses sleep over. It's the concern that a new flu strain emerges, a virus we've never seen before and have no protections against, like what happened in 1918.
In 1918, we were swimming in the dark, as it were.
That year, a new virus emerged, triggering one of the worst pandemics in human history. Often called the Spanish flu, this virus killed at least 50 million people worldwide and reached almost every nation on Earth. About 670.
Yeah, so kind of crazy, right? So this is the guy who, during this whole coronavirus daily update from the president, which actually it has been up until the coronavirus daily briefings started, maybe a week and a half ago, we hadn't had a White House press briefing in over a whole year. Our administration, which normally every administration, they do daily White House press briefings. Well, because, Trump, fake news and the media and all that stuff, they hadn't had those meetings for quite some time. I believe it was when Sarah Huckabee Sanders was still the she was a press secretary. That was the last time we had one of those meetings. So now they want to come out every day and talk about how well they're handling the situation, which, again, they claim that they had no foresight. They didn't know what was going on. They had no knowledge of anything. And here's this guy, Fauci, Dr. Fauci, literally saying months ago, almost a whole year ago, The next thing that's going to happen that's going to be hard for us to handle is going to be a pandemic. Some flu strain literally just happened. So, yeah, it's crazy, right?